Well, as pole screens, these have to be unique, don't they? They're absolutely stunning. I thought when I saw them from a distance that they might be Jamaican or Caribbean, somewhere there. But they're not. They come from Chirk Castle and Ruthin Castle. Yeah. Now tell me about them. Tell me the family.
Well, my father was a watchmaker and jeweller in Llangollen Chirk.
Right.
And during the war, he used to wind the clocks up at Chirk Castle for Lord Howard de Walden. At the end of the war, he had these as a gift.
How interesting. Now, they're made of stained or ebonized oak.
Yes, and they're bone, and the porter would get the bones from the cook at the kitchen. She would save all the whitest bones for him to make the pictures.
The porter?
The porter.
The porter. The porter made these?
Yes.
We know that, do we?
Yeah, it's on the back.
Ah, always look at the back.
Yes.
Made by W. Roberts, porter at Ruthin Castle, 1865. Isn't that fabulous? But what imagination. I mean, anything but native Wales, I would have thought.
Would they have been used to save your makeup from getting too hot?
I think these are slightly impractical for the original purpose, but I mean, essentially, the big age for pole screens, or face screens, was in the early 18th century when they used a lot of white lead makeup and wax. And if you got too close to the fire, not only did you melt, but it also got into your bloodstream and caused serious illness. By the 1790s, 1800s, we stopped using quite so much makeup, and very little was worn by 1865. But the Victorians loved pole screens, usually as decoration. And normally they would carry perhaps little bits of needlework that were done by young ladies in the household. But wonderful things of somewhat limited marketable value, I would think. So it's a collector's market. I would have thought in a collector's sale, probably in the region of £3,500 to £4,000.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We built our house to accommodate this gong.
Oh, wonderful.
The
what a
architect
nice
wasn't
idea.
very pleased.
Yeah,
The
it's
architect-
fantastic. Where did it come from?
My husband's great uncle was born in 1870 in Aberdeen, and at the age of 21 he went out to China. And John joined the Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank.
Really?
And stayed there for 35 years, but had served in different parts of China. And he must have bought this somewhere on his travels.
It's probably a temple bell.
Right.
There is a bit of an inscription running around here, but unfortunately it's Chinese, which I don't read. Not that I read Japanese very well, but all I can make out are the last three characters here, which say 83rd year. So it's possibly something to do with a dedication to a temple or something like that.
Right.
Have you any knowledge at all?
Some Chinese academic friends who've been to our house have found these characters difficult to read. But one thing they do say is that there's some sort of a reference to a lunar calendar or some sort of thing like that.
That's exactly right. It works on a different system. By the look of the calligraphy, to me, it's not actually terribly old. I think it's probably late last century, something like that. In which case, the stand is near contemporary.
Right.
This is wood with lacquer over the top. Do you know what lacquer is?
I do, yes.
Go on, you tell me.
Well, they paint layers of paint and some sort of gluey material on in layer upon layer upon layer, I understand.
Do you know where the lacquer comes from itself?
It's from a plant, isn't it?
It is. It's from a species of rus.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and it's actually, when it comes out, it's deadly poisonous.
Right.
They have to process it. And then they, as you say, build up layer upon layer. And it produces this wonderful glossy finish, which is impervious to liquids, to alcohol, to heat and cold. It's the most wonderful material. It's such a wonderful piece of interior decoration that I think we're probably looking at £2,500 to £3,500 for that.
Goodness me.
Can I give it a whack?